The organization has been founded in 1956 by the chief rabbis of England, France, Holland. We are, of the 1.7 million Jews in Europe, we have 10% of the communities which are, call it Haredi, where all the members are Orthodox. Then we have 10% of the communities where the rabbis and the communities are liberal, conservative, reform. 80% of the communities are where the communities, most members are not practicing Jews. They're going from traditional religious till liberal, but the synagogue and the rabbi is Orthodox. And we represent the 80% of the Jewish communities of Europe, the 1.7 million Jews. So our mission is to serve European Jewry, to make sure there's a European Jewish future. We're working with the governments of Europe, we're working with the people of Europe, we're working with the Jews of Europe. Our rabbis, we have 700 rabbis from Dublin in the west, in Ireland, till Khabarovsk in the east, in the eastern part of Russia. All those rabbis are being mobilized by us to help the Jewish community, to fight for our rights, and to make sure that there is a Jewish future and also a spiritual Jewish future in Europe. One of the aspects of the Conference of European Rabbis, fighting for the human rights and for the religious rights and for religious freedom in Europe. We put out a manifesto last January explaining how we can fight this type of religious radicalism. And we came up with 3 ideas. First idea is that we have to demand that religious leaders, and not only Muslim, any religious leader in Europe, be it a rabbi, an imam, or a priest, has to be formed and educated in Europe. If he was educated outside of Europe, this institution, whether it's a yeshiva, a midrash, or a Catholic institute or Protestant, should get a certification from Europe that this institution does not teach extremism. And that's the first thing, to make sure that European religious leaders know that pluralism is important, that we cannot bring in the radicalism from the Middle East into Europe. Number 2, we have to check where the money goes, where the money comes from. Many people, many organizations give money to religious institutions because they have an agenda. And the agenda is to promote radicalism, whether it's ISIS, Iran, or others. So every religious congregation in Europe should make sure that it is transparent where the money is coming from. And number 3, which is not any less important, is that, like in many congregations today in England, you have a child protection officer. It is a person inside the congregation who knows who the people are, who are the adults, who are the children, make sure that no child are being molested or being attacked or being abused. We came there 3 years ago. We put together a press conference. 40 rabbis came, and we told the German government and to Angela Merkel that if Brit Milah is going to be forbidden in Germany, this is the end of a Jewish community. Is this what you want? And Angela Merkel, within 3-4 days, got together all the parties and passed a new law in the parliament, in the Bundestag, to guarantee religious freedom for us and also the Muslims. When Golda Meir came to the United States in 1948 to raise money for the newly founded State of Israel, she said the following: "You're not going to decide if we're going to fight, because we are going to fight. You can only decide if we're going to win or to lose, depending if you're going to give support or not." So we are turning to all Jews and non-Jews, whether they live in Europe or outside of Europe. Help us to succeed, help us to win, help us make sure that there is a future for Jews of Europe.